So it looks like the party's on pause, at least for tech stocks. Hey everyone, it's Friday morning, October 31st, and welcome back to Capital Markets Quickie. I'm your host, Endrit Sella, here to break down yesterday's market action in just 2 minutes. Quick note before we dive in. Today's episode is brought to you by AMF Capital Asset Management Frankfurt. Learn more about our funds and strategies at amf-capital.de. Alright, let's get started. Well, Thursday was a bit of a rough one. The Standard & Poor's 500 dropped about 0.8%, and the Nasdaq Composite fell more than 1.4%, dragged down by weakness in the big tech names. The Dow barely stayed above water. Investors are still trying to digest the mix of everything. A fresh trade truce between Presidents Trump and Xi, Jerome Powell's latest comments on rates, and of course that flood of tech earnings. Let's start with the trade news. The US and China basically agreed on a 1-year truce. Washington will have tariffs tied to fentanyl-related goods, while Beijing promised to lift curbs on rare earths and start buying American soybeans again. But semiconductors, yeah, that part wasn't included, and shares of Nvidia slid more than 2% on that. Meanwhile, investors are still guessing what the Federal Reserve will do next. Powell made it clear that a December rate cut is not guaranteed, saying it's far from a foregone conclusion. That cooled the excitement a bit after Wednesday's quarter-point cut, and then came the wave of earnings. Alphabet smashed expectations, revenue up 16% to just over $102 billion, and its stock jumped 5% after hours. Microsoft's revenue beat too, but shares still fell more than 3%. Meta, though, took the hardest hit, down 12%, after investors grew uneasy about its massive AI spending plans. But the spotlight quickly shifted to Apple and Amazon after the bell, and both of them delivered. Apple posted revenue of over $102 billion, up 8%, while Amazon blew expectations away with sales of $180 billion, jumping 13% year over year. Its shares surged 11% in after-hours trading. So, yeah, a volatile day with a heavy mix of Fed talk, trade deals, and mega earnings. Welcome to earnings season. Alright, that wraps up today's Capital Markets Quickie. Join me again tomorrow morning for more market updates. See you then.